Hi there and welcome to the Become a Mum Blogger video series. So over the next 10 videos we're going to show you how to become a mum blogger. I'm sure you've probably heard of what mum blogging is as you're here today, and you're hopefully excited about starting your own blog. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself as this is the first video. So my name's Erica Douglas. I've been blogging for over 5 years and I do it both as a hobby and now as a business. Some of my blogs include littlemummy.com, which was my first blog. Oh, technically it was my second blog. I did have a little blog before that, but this was my first real proper blog, and it's on the topic of parenting. It's very much a personal blog about myself, my daughter, and the things we've got up to. You can see the banner down here, and this is me. And I also blog in a business context at becomeamumpreneur.com. Also at becomeamumblogger.com, and if you're interested in and you're just a beginner and you're learning to blog, that's a great blog to go and visit. Become a Mum Blogger. It's a new one and it's got some good posts ideal for beginners. And I also blog at aceinspire.com, which is my business. If you want to connect with me, and I would love it if you did, you can come over to my blog, as I said, littlemummy.com, and leave a comment, or you can grab me on Twitter. I'm at Erica, nice and easy to remember. Or if you're on Facebook, and I don't know anybody who isn't on Facebook anymore, I'm Erica Douglas. So definitely look me out and leave me a comment, and I'd love to say hi. So on with the video series, and I just want to go through the 10 videos on what's coming up and hopefully whet your appetite. So in the first video, we're going to cover starting a blog, and this series is very much for beginners. So we are not going to do the jargon thing. We're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to tell you exactly how you start a blog, whether you want to pay for your own blog, whether you want a free blog, the options that are out there. I'm not going to cover every single thing because I don't want to overcomplicate things. But what I am going to do is I'm going to cover the things that you really need to know at each stage. And as you grow as a blogger, you'll learn a lot more. But hopefully this video series will give you the basis from which to build your blogging empire. The second video will be on posts, pages and layout. The third video on links, images and content, and we're going to go through lots of types of content. So if you're lacking some ideas for content, you definitely want to watch that one. RSS and comments. I'm not going to go into what RSS is here, but don't worry, we'll go into it. That is a jargony term, and I'm going to cut right through that when we get to that video. Carnivals and memes, and lots of people like to pronounce that word memes or memes or however. I call it memes. You can decide. Video 6 on social media, so that will be Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. Of course, there are tons of other social media sites, but as with all these videos, as I said, we're going to just cut through to exactly what's the most important, most popular aspects of blogging. Search engine optimization, shortened to SEO, and we will cover that in that video, and branding, analysing statistics, reviews and competitions, and finally newsletters. So that's what you've got to look forward to. And today we're going to do the very first video, which is starting a blog. So right from the beginning, the key points in this video are going to be whether you want to be hosted or self-hosted. So on a hosted blog, it means that it's done for you, and we're going to go into that. And usually it means that you either hosted for free, or perhaps you will pay a small subscription fee. Self-hosted means that you buy your own domain name and you basically build your own blog. And we'll look at the options for that. Which platform to use? We're going to cover the top 3 hosted platforms, and then I'm going to show you how to do it self-hosted and the pros and cons each stage. So I hope you're looking forward to this video. I'm going to jump right in now, and we're going to go and have a look at our first free hosted site, which is Blogger. So this is the first platform we're going to look at. It is at www.blogger.com. So if you want an absolutely free blog that takes no real technical expertise to set up, then Blogger is the place to go. So if you sign up for a blog at Blogger and you go to your dashboard, and I'm just going to show you what you can get. So this is an example of a Blogger blog. a very plain template, this is, which is the look of this bit here. You can have all different things. You can have like a nice picture up there with a big banner and things in your sidebar and all that. This is just a plain version of what you can have. And when you sign up, this one's obviously called Mum Blogging, but say if I had mylittlemummy.com blog on Blogger, it would be www.littlemummy.blogspot.com. So you can get the straightforward .com. Now, the difference between, for example, a Blogger blog and your own self-hosted blog where you've actually bought a domain is that Blogger own your blog. Your pages and your blog are all hosted on their server. So, I mean, if they did want to ever close you down, so to speak, then they could do that. It's not technically your blog. Whereas if you buy your own domain name, which we're going to cover in a minute, then you actually own your own blog. So Blogger is the go-to place for very new people who don't have any technical expertise. They don't want to invest any money in blogging. They just want to start up a really simple blog and just see how it goes. If that sounds like you, then go off to www.blogger.com and set up something there and see how you go. Another option is Typepad, which is similar to Blogger. Except they have again, you get the choice of your templates here, which is all set up for you. They do have a pricing plan, and there you go. It's got various different prices. I think that this is if you want to have your own domain without the .typepad.com attachment. If you start up a free blog, I believe you get a .typepad.com a web address, sorry. Another free one is WordPress.com. Now, this shouldn't be confused with WordPress.org, which is what we're going to come to later. So WordPress is basically a platform. It's a blogging platform. It's the behind-the-scenes bit that allows you to create posts, and it's just a really simple platform to use, and it's something we're going to cover in the next couple of videos. But WordPress.com is basically like Blogger. You can start a blog absolutely free here using the WordPress platform, which is very, very popular. And so these are the three options you've got in terms of sort of free or sort of very low cost hosted blogs. So you've got Blogger, you've got Typepad, and you've got WordPress. And then your option is to go self-hosted. This is where you own your own blog. So the first step to doing that is to buy your own domain name, which is basically your web address. It's the bit you see up here. So for example, my blog is www.littlemummy.com. And this is 123reg. This is just one domain name broker. There are tons which you can search for in Google or any other search engine. GoDaddy is another one. And what you do is you can think up your .com that you want, or a .co.uk perhaps. And you can type it in here and see if it's available. So I've typed in www.littlemummy.com here. As you can see, the .co.uk is available. It's still searching, taking a long time today. But the .com isn't available because I obviously own that. So once you've come up with your blog name, you can type it in here and you can keep searching until you find a version that's available. A .com is probably the best, followed by a .co.uk. So you just search in here. I would recommend that you keep your domain name less than 35 characters. So that includes the www dots and the com bits. 35 characters in total, they say, is the easiest to remember, and it ranks the best in search engines, which is something we'll be coming on to a little bit later on. Also, try and get the domain name of your actual blog name. So if your blog name is called Little Mummy, then you'll want littlemummy.com. Or if your blog name is called English Mum, then you'll want englishmum.com. So think about that when you're choosing your name. The second stage of your self-hosted blog will be actually purchasing some hosting. Now, lots of domain name brokers like this one will offer you hosting as you check out, so you can use that hosting if you want, or you can search for hosting in Google or any other search engine, and they'll come up with a number of options. Bluehost is another one. The one that I use is called Laughing Squid. I can recommend them. They've been very good for me. And so your domain name will cost you between £10 and £20. Here they've got 2 years for. I I think 2 years at for the .com is £20, and then it goes up to about £100 if you want the 10 years. Buy as long as you think you will be blogging. So if you can buy a 10-year one and you think you're going to be blogging for a long time, you might as well just go for it. Again, there are search engine optimization reasons which we'll cover later on as to why to do that. So that's 20 odd pounds, and then your hosting will cost you somewhere between £5 and £10 a month, and that's all the blogging costs. So it's a really low cost hobby when you consider it to the other types of hobbies that you can have. So really low cost. And then you just basically need to install the WordPress.org, the WordPress software. So once you've got your hosting set up and you've got your domain name, if you're quite technical, then you can install your own WordPress software, or you can have this done for you. Again, you can choose from a huge range of templates. You can do this in by searching in Google or any other search engine for templates. There we go. You can come up with, and you can just click into one of these, and you can basically scroll and scroll to hundreds and thousands of different themes that you can choose. They call them themes. It's basically the bit that the reader sees. It's the way that your blog is going to look, and you can keep going until you find something that you really like. And then if you can install it yourself, that's great. If you can't, you're not a technical person, a very basic install will cost you around about £100. All of these templates that I've showed you, they can all be modified, so they can change the computer language, the HTML, so that they can make everything look different. And depending on how much modification you want for your blog, how personalized you want to make it, how customized, that will obviously drive the price up. But I mean, even the most customized blog probably isn't going to cost more than £500. I mean, that would be a lot to spend. But a basic install around about £100. If you do need a referral, I can give you the person that works for us and has done my blog recently. Let's see if we can get there. If you go over to becomeamumblogger.com, and she's just down the side here, Tame Techie. If you click on that, she's doing a £99 WordPress deal, I believe. Hang on, let's just click back. Yeah, £99 for just a basic install there. So yeah, if you need somebody, then definitely try her. I can highly recommend Mandy. And if not, then try Twitter. You can do a little shout out on Twitter, and there are some people on there that can do it as well. So so you can definitely find somebody fairly easily to do that for you. So that's your choices. I hope that's made things a little bit more simple for you. To recap, you can get a blog for absolutely free, but you don't own it, but it's very simple to set up. You can get a typepad blog, which I think you can either get a free one or you can pay this pricing here. I've never used a typepad blog, so excuse me if I've gotten my facts wrong on this one. You can get a WordPress.com blog, which is your free WordPress blog. Or you can go self-hosted, which is the best option if you want to make money, or you want to do it for business, or you're going to be very serious about it. Step 1, buy your domain name from somewhere like 123reg. Step 2, sort out your hosting, so someone like Bluehost or Laughing Squid. And then finally, get someone to install WordPress for you, or install it yourself. And that's the 3 steps to the basic setup of your blog. Next time, we're going to be covering posts and pages, and we'll be publishing your very first post. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing some of the new blogs that are going to crop up as a result. Thank you.